I thought practice was great. I thought we had one of our best weeks of practice all year. I thought the guys have been locked in from the beginning of the week. And we spent the front half of the week just focusing on us, cleaning up some things on both sides of the ball. Started to guard some scouting actions that were, fit both Louisiana and Coastal going into this last game. And then obviously the last 24 hours really honed in on Louisiana and spent today focused on them.
Absolutely, and then just talking about, this year, first time being a part of a conference tournament as a head coach. Just, what goes into this week as far as just from a preparation standpoint?
It's work, man. You got to win 3 games to get to the big dance, and I've had a lot of success in conference tournaments with Coach Oates, and man, it's work. You're trying to find 1% advantages anywhere you can, and so you're playing a team for a third time. Just go back and make adjustments and find out what didn't work the first 2 times and what we can do differently this time. And so I'm fortunate to have, I think, the best staff in the country, and so just a lot of film and prep.
Coach, it's March. Obviously, everything that's happened prior to now doesn't matter. What's that dialogue with your team in regards to everybody's 0-0?
Yeah, it's a one-game season. And so my message to them is always, what would you do if someone told you that you have 1 game to play? You get to play 1 basketball game. That's all you got. You get to play 1 game, and it's tomorrow afternoon. How hard are you going to play? And then again on Saturday. And then again one more time. And that's what it takes. You have to max out each and every game, or you're not going to make it to that next game. And so anything that's happened up to this point, who we've beat, who we've lost to, doesn't matter one bit. We've got to come out, show up, and play tomorrow against a really good Louisiana team if we don't want to go home.
Is it difficult, having the grind of the conference season, playing pretty much every Thursday, Saturday, or, whatever the 2-day stretch was, have 8 days off and then potentially prepare to play 3 straight?
No, I don't think so. That's college basketball. I was glad to have the time off. That's the benefit of finishing 4th in the league. You get a double bye. We got to go back to the drawing board and fix some things that we haven't been very good at for the last couple of weeks, and just tighten some things up. And so I think if you ask any coach in the country if you can get an extra week of practice during your season, I think they'd all say yes.
Coach, you got the double bye, but if things go as you want them to go, potentially Saturday, Sunday, Monday, back to back to back, if that happens, just talk about being prepared for that, how that double bye does help at least give you a break.
Yeah, it's just you should be fresher than whoever, teams that don't have a double bye. Now, if it comes down to where there's no upsets, then everybody's right there on the same page, right? So at that point, you just got to show up and play better and harder than the other team. There's no, if the seeding holds true, there's no real advantage. If someone pulls off an upset and they've played a couple games, you should be a little bit fresher than them. And so that's what this last week was about, is finding a balance between getting better and getting practice time, but not overdoing it.
Talk about the Cajuns and just, obviously you're well familiar with them. Just, what's changed, I guess, about them just between the end of January all the way to now?
Not a ton. They're number 1 in the country at defending the 3-point as far as percentage goes. They turn people over. Katinje's been a load. Julian's one of the best players in the league. Charles is one of the best players in the league. Best player on their team, analytically on both sides of the ball. Obviously, they're without Themis Falks. To be honest with you, they've been playing better without him. He was their least efficient offensive player. So Michael Thomas gets off the ball a little bit more and gets it to Julian and Charles and Katinje more. And so they're putting the ball in their scorers' hands a lot more than they were. And Bob Marlin does a phenomenal job. Obviously, he won this tournament last year. He's a great coach. So we've got our work cut out for us tomorrow.
Absolutely. And then just, talking about their perimeter defense, defending the 3, just what is it about them that makes them so good just at that level? Obviously, I know that the opponents don't shoot a lot of things good, which I guess is a sign of it.
They just fly around, man. They fly at you. They contest everything. You can tell they emphasize that all year, every day in practice. They contest every shot. So they're going to fly at you. And I thought the second time we played them, first time we settled, second time we played them, we did a lot better job of getting to the rim. We just didn't finish well. And then we got put to the foul line. We didn't make free throws, which is why we're shooting free throws right now. But, you got to go finish at the rim. You got to make those extra passes. If they run at you, hard closeout, you got to drive it, kick it, make the one more pass to get an open look, because that initial one's not going to be open with the way they guard the perimeter.
What are the 2 or 3 most important keys for you guys to get there tomorrow?
Transition offense. They're much better guarding in the half court than they are in transition. Not turning the ball over. They force a lot of turnovers. And then being able to really guard Katinje while also containing their shooters.
And you talked about Caleb, you talked about Terry, but wanted to ask about Isaiah and just his development over the course of the season, especially the last month for him.
Yeah, if there was a most improved award, I don't think there's anybody else even in the conversation. Most improved player in the Sun Belt, to me, it's not even close. He's been phenomenal for us down the stretch. You both have heard me say it a million times. This time of year, you want your sophomores playing like juniors, and he's doing that, and couldn't ask for more from him.